Okay, hopefully you do this on the top first without my help. So try and do this. What you're going to do is each one of these boxes, you plug in some number to make the balance equal on both sides. It's like a teeter-totter seesaw, a balance that you have. You want it to say equal. Okay? Now, if you plug in a number on number 1, number 2 does not have to be that same number. Okay? You can plug in a totally different number for number 2, a totally different number for 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I want you to do that first. Well, if you notice, if I plugged in 1 on both sides, guess what? That would stay equal. What if I plugged in 2? Well, 12 on both sides. What if I picked 312? What if I picked negative? It would still stay balanced because it's the exact same amount on each side. It doesn't matter what number you plug in, you will still have it balanced on both sides. Okay, so I look over here. This over here is worth 32. If I try and plug in a number on the left-hand side, it has to add up to 32. I have 4 boxes. So if I was to put 8 in each one of these boxes, because it has to be the same number, 8 plus 8 is 16, 8 plus 8 is 16, and it comes out to 32. Here, no matter what number I pick, I'm still going to have it even on both sides. So this one, I can pick any number. I can pick any number. And it'll stay true. Over here, I have 30. So I have 3 boxes, and I have to be able to add them up, and they have to equal 30. So if I have 10, all I did was divide 30 by 3. Okay? So the box is equal to 10. On this one, does 13 ever equal 20? No, it never equals 20. So no matter what number I plug in down here, it will never work. There's no solution to it. So basically what these boxes are is the variable. It's the X or the Y, whatever variable you're using. So if you have a variable on both sides of the equation and that goes away, it's eliminated. The variables are eliminated. They go bye-bye. There are 2 things that exist. There's a no solution, which means you get something that's not true. Just like right here, I got something that was not true. This means that any number you plug in for the variable, it will not work. Then, I'll do this color. Then you can have infinite solutions. What that means is no matter what number you plug in, it's always going to be true. That's what's up here. So no matter what I plugged in, it would be true. No matter what I plugged in, it would be true. So let's look at this. So pretend like these are X's. So I have 4 X's on the left side, 2 X's on the right side. If I was to eliminate those X's, so eliminate 2 on each side, that's the same thing as subtracting 2x from both sides. I would be left with 2x equals 6. So 2 times what gets 6? So I'll divide both sides by 2, and I get x equals 3. So the only answer that this could be, there's only one solution for this. And that one solution is 3. That's the only number that's going to work. That was the same thing with this right here and this right here. There's only one thing that you could plug in. Then no solution. Okay? So remember, these boxes are the X's. If I was to take away the X's on both sides. So if I was to, I didn't mean to do that. If I was to make these go away, because they're canceling themselves out, I would be left with 10 equals 20. Does 10 ever equal 20? No, it never equals 20. There's no solution because the scale is not balanced. The equation is not true. all the variables were eliminated. All the variables were eliminated, and the constants did not equal each other. So then we have infinite solutions. So again, if I was to subtract that, if these were x's, and I was to get rid of those, I would take them away, I would subtract them out. That means I would have 4 equals 4. 4 always equals 4. So that would be infinite solutions. What that means is the scale is balanced and it gives a true equation. Okay, the equation is true. So what we're going to do, we're going to come down here. Oh, actually, before we do that, I want to do a couple of vocabulary words. Coefficient. Coefficient is the number in front of the variable. Because I'm going to be using these words, and I need to make sure that you know them. Constant, the number without the variable. So coefficient, if I had 4x, the 4 is my coefficient. If I have a constant, the constant just stands alone. It's just a regular number. Okay, so let's do these problems. When I do this problem, it's just like we've been doing. I add 7x to both sides of the equal sign. I get x plus 1 equals negative 3. I subtract. I get x equals negative 4. Okay. So this is one solution. It comes out to a solution, but you have to actually say what the solution is. It's x equals negative 4. On this one, okay, I'm going to add 6x to both sides. I'm going to get negative 8 equals negative 1. Is that ever true? No, it's never true. So it's no solution. This next one. Before I can do anything, I need to combine like terms. So I get 4x minus 7 equals 4x minus 7. So I subtract 4x from both sides. I get negative 7 equals negative 7. So that's always true. So this is infinite solutions. Okay, so what I want you to do is I want you to look at the coefficients on each one of these. So if I look at the coefficient here, if I look at the coefficients here, if I look at the coefficients here. Oops, I want to do these because it's the simplified. Notice on the one solution one, if I look at the one solution one, the coefficients are different. If I look at the no solution, they are the same. If I look, I'm actually going to erase this one. There we go. If I look at the infinite solutions, the coefficients are the same. If I was to look at the constants, let's look at the constants. When I look at the constants, the constants here are different. The constants here are different. The constants here, they're the same. Okay, so let's start looking at that when we're doing these problems. So before I can do anything, I need to distribute. I can't do anything without distributing first. Okay, so let's look at my constant. Or my coefficient. I have a coefficient here and here. They are the same. So that means my answer is going to either be infinite solutions or it's going to be no solution. So let's solve it and find out. I subtract 3x from both sides. I get 6 equals 2. That's not true. so it's no solution. I look at my next one. I have to do this distributive first, so negative 2x plus 8 equals, combine like terms, negative 2x plus 8. I look at my coefficients. They're exactly the same. So that means my answer is either going to be no solution or infinite solutions. So I didn't mean to do that. I'm going to add 2x to both sides of the equal sign and get 8 equals 8. That is a true statement. So that means this is infinite solutions. Okay, then this one, I look at my coefficients. They are different. So that means I'm going to come out with a solution. So I actually need to do this problem all the way to the end. So I'm going to subtract 3x from both sides. I get 2x plus 2 equals 9. I subtract 2 from both sides. 2x equals 7. I divide by 2. And x equals 7 over 2, or 3.5. So that is my solution. You cannot say that there's one solution and that you're finished. You have to come up with what that one solution is. Okay, so I need to get this one. So we're doing the exact same thing, boys and girls. Again, we need to multiply through, and we get 10x plus 30 plus 8 equals 18x plus 30. Combine like terms, 10x plus 38 equals 18x plus 30. So now we can look at our coefficients. They're different. So that means that I'm going to come up with an actual answer for this. So I'm going to subtract 10x from both sides. I get 38 equals 8x plus 30. I subtract 30 from both sides. I get 8 equals 8x. I divide both sides by 8, and I get 1 is equal to x. So I have one solution, and that one solution happens to be 1. Then I come here, I do the same thing, multiply through. I get 12x plus 36 minus 30 equals 12x plus 36. So 12x plus 6 equals 12x plus 36. So I look at the coefficients. The coefficients are exactly the same, so my answer is either going to be no solution or infinite solutions. So I subtract the 12x from both sides, and I get 6 equals 36. That is never true, so this is no solution. So you multiply this through. You get 6 minus 36x equals x plus 6. And the reason I wanted to do the showing you the coefficient thing first before I did this problem is I need you to make sure you notice something. Notice how these are totally different coefficients. That means this is going to come out with a solution. Some people, when they see this one, they say, oh, it's no solution. It actually has a solution. So I'm going to subtract or add 36x to both sides, and I get 6 equals 37x plus 6. This is where it goes awry. When I subtract 6 from both sides, I get 0. For some people, this is where they stop because they're like, I can't do anything else. You actually can, because 0 is a number, and 0 divided by anything other than 0 is 0. It is okay to have 0 as an answer. It is okay to have 0 as an answer. Okay, hopefully you're trying these equations before I do them. So 16n minus 20 equals 20n plus 4. I look at my coefficients. They are different. So that means that the answer is there is going to be one solution. So I subtract 16n from both sides. I get negative 20 equals 4n plus 4. I subtract 4 from both sides and get negative 24 equals 4n. I divide by 4 and I get negative 6 equals n. And that is my answer. Here, I look at my coefficients. They are different, so then that means that I'm going to have one solution. So I add 7x to both sides. I get 8x plus 3 equals 3. I subtract 3. See, here it is again. 8x equals 0. I divide both sides by 8, and x is equal to 0. Let's multiply through here. I get 24x plus 12 equals 24x plus 12. Now, hopefully at this point you already know what the answer is, but I'm going to subtract 24x from both sides and get 12 equals 12. So, infinite solutions. Here I multiply through, I get 5r minus 10 equals 5r minus 10. So hopefully you know what the answer is already. If you don't, that's okay. I get here, again, infinite solutions. Here I combine like terms. I get negative 8x plus 4 equals negative 8x minus 4. I add 8x to both sides, and I get 4 equals negative 4. They are not the same number. This does not equal, positive doesn't equal negative, so no solution. Okay, now I've talked about these things as I've gone through, but that doesn't mean everybody understands it. So we're going to go over this. It says, what does it mean if the equation has infinite solutions? It means any number can be plugged in for the variable. That's two different words. For the variable. To make the equation true. Okay, so 3x equals, oh no, I don't want to do equals. 3x minus 3 equals 3x minus 3. It's the exact same thing on both sides of the equal sign. And hopefully you notice the coefficients. They are the same. The constants are the same. Okay, what does it mean to be no solution? It means no number can be plugged in. For the variable. To make the equation true. So 3x minus 3 equals 3x plus 5. So the coefficients are still the same, but the constants are different. Okay, what does this mean for one solution? It means exactly one number can be plugged in for the variable to make the equation true. So 4x minus 3 equals 5x plus 6. Okay. The coefficients, different. The constants actually can be anything. So using that information that we just said, for infinite solutions, the coefficients are the same, the constants are the same. No solutions, the coefficients are the same, but the constants are different. And for one solution, the coefficients are different, but the constants are the same. So no solution. Well, first thing, I want to collect like terms here. So this would get me 3x plus 2. So for no solution, if I come right here, it says the coefficients are the same, the constants are different. So the coefficients have to be the same. So that would be 3. And this can be anything except 2 for it to be no solution. One solution. One solution says coefficients are different, constants can be anything. So let's multiply this through. I get 2x plus 8 minus 5, 2x plus 3. So in order for it to be one solution, the coefficient can't be 2. So this can be anything except 2, right? Because that's what it says. Coefficients are different. The constants can be anything. So this, the constant can be anything. Okay, infinitely many solutions. So combine 6x plus 8. Infinitely many says that the constant and the coefficient have to be the same. So the coefficients have to have the same number, and the constants have to have the same